Where did we start? Oh yeah,
That was the question.
started at outside, or I started outside. You guys were in the safe confines of the facility, the Chrysantine Hold. First, I took a walk down the road. Nothing bad happened, and then I climbed up a wall. I saw a moist tree, which is a very weird way of describing it, but it's true. And a hat at the top, a top hat, one might say. And then I grabbed the top hat and I awoke Mr. Barge. I thought it was like something else.
Barge.
That entire conversation, I thought it was like barge, like spelled like a different way. That it's just a barge, like the ship,
like the boat. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't click with me. We had a nice conversation about the comings and goings of this. Well, I guess he doesn't necessarily know there's a facility, but I think he could deduce it. But yeah, he was mighty intrigued by people coming and going, disappearing from up this here hill. Which is fair.
Amen.
Can I get a hell yeah, brother? We can't do amen here because he's a devil. I'm pretty sure
he's a fiend.
Which includes devils.
He's a frog. You guys are both stupid.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
He's either like a fiend or like a night creature at that point.
I'm pretty sure he's a fiend.
Yeah, he's too intelligent to be much else.
Yeah, after some conversation about the goings on in the vicinity, as well as, the sort of people we are and our natures. Eventually it had to turn to business, and Clint wasn't in the mood of divulging secrets or giving up his eyes, so he ran. And I got insanely lucky and didn't lose my eyes somehow. He did tag one of my eyes though after one last attempt at parlay. But he did take. No, he didn't take. He hit Clint's eye.
He scarred your eye.
Yeah,
the white part, I believe.
Yeah, the sclera. But I made it back into the safe threshold. And then, I'll switch it over to you guys, because I wasn't there.
I didn't realize you had him up this whole time.
I just noticed there's a monkey on his shoulder.
Oh my god, there's a monkey. There's a monkey doll on his shoulder. How do we not see it? No, it's just straight up a monkey.
Same as Fred.
He has a little
Fred
key.
Burger.
Shut up. He has a little key.
It's like one of the wizards from Discworld, where every wizard has a stuffed alligator somewhere in their domain.
Let's see. What did you add on?
Is that actually a thing?
That's actually a thing.
That's actually a thing?
It's actually a thing.
That's not
You're actually a thing.
I don't know.
Okay.
Discworld.
I've never read Discworld, but I know it's weird, so I believe
you
it.
definitely added the hat. You added the shoulder skull. You added the shirt. Maybe that was probably not.
Everyone else was inside. Gregor was outside. He saw Clint hurt, so he came to help him. He howled to get people's attention after hearing what happened, and then what's his name? The designated survivor. Donner, yeah.
Funnily enough, this is probably the first time a lot of us actually met the guy. Or seen the guy.
You saw him before. When we were sneaking around to go to the Arcanium before it was our turn. And then we're like, how the fuck did they move around so fast? And it's like, did he have a fucking grapple hook like Batman?
Surprise,
He
surprise.
came out,
yes.
heard what happened, and then he took off with like some of the other instructors.
Bonus points if you know who.
7.
And
Julius?
No. Was it Dieter?
It was.
Yay.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, because he popped up and I was like, my hero. Because I'm stealing Crash's bits now.
We got Clint to the med bay. he was getting patched up. Gregor told everybody else what was going on. And there's like some kind of fuckery happening in the barracks still for like a few minutes, and then everybody went to the infirmary.
No,
You
it's
guys
more
learned
like
more
we
about,
were doing
Flora.
stuff. Yeah, we were doing stuff before Clint showed up back at the place, which is, like you said, mostly talking to Flora, learning her backstory stuff. Which, I probably wrote it down.
I mean, we have the person here to disclose the information.
We all learned more about Flora, me included.
Including her own.
Touche.
We learned she's not an orphan, and she's like kind of from a outlying village near like a central city of light. I don't remember what it's called on the old mappy map, but
Yeah.
Hey,
And she actually, like, volunteered to, like, she wanted to be here to do some good. Which, of all the people, that's the weirdest thing here.
I don't know
what the
that
goddamn?
that is accurate, but
Okay, then what would you say?
she was looking for something to do that was not like waste away in Nowheresville, and
Okay.
this is where she ended up.
She had aspirations that weren't just to be a farmer.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What is today, May 8th? And then we went to harass Clint. Which is kind of fun. Cause
And then you guys totally triggered a slight mental crack for Shania Shamash. She's like,
because we all show up, she's like, why are you here?
Who's hurt? Who's hurt? No one? Oh, right. Right.
Yeah.
People can enter the infirmary and not be hurt for once.
They
Right.
could just visit.
Right. Gotta give her some tea.
And then we went to visit Clint, who was like a rat trapped in a cage.
Unfortunately.
He was trying to escape. We just opened the door and he's just like by the window like, shit.
You know, in retrospect, I have a different... If I were to run that back, I have a different plan for that. But if that ever happens again, I'll use it.
You hide behind the door, let us walk in. Before the door closes, you sneak out the door. Bada boom. Yeah. I don't think we said anything in particular besides Holbjorn made it very clear, I'm gonna stop doing the stupid shit. You don't have a choice on this one. We're gonna stop doing
He's
the
gonna
stupid
fucking. He's gonna handcuff Clint to him.
shit. You're gonna find Clint attached to a radiator after fucking Lucian
Oh,
invents
no.
radiators.
Not as if I'm the rogue in the group and I specialize in lockpicking stuff.
So it gets us once. And then we're just like, wait, shit.
There are other ways. He'll break your legs and wear you like a backpack, like fucking Chewbacca did C-3PO.
I don't think Chewbacca broke C-3PO's legs, though.
Well,
He broke
he
him down.
didn't, but he wore them.
He probably wanted to though. No.
Why?
Should have done that for Jar Jar. Anyways. Captain Riker came to visit to get the situation, the sit rep, as it were. And then he very passive-aggressively told you guys to fuck off.
It was more like, you're dismissed.
Yeah.
I feel the energy was fuck off, but the approach was, as he put, kindly.
Then we had grapple class the next day.
Which I think most of us did pretty good with the initial testing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't all take a spin at the initial testing though.
True.
So those of you that did, well, all right.
Also, another thing that I think Crash noted during the thing, he didn't know anyone's name except for Lucian. That was the only name that he actually knew ahead of time. Otherwise, he like either messed up your name or asked for your name, which was weird. After that, we went
He knows who's on his roster.
Yeah, we spent I believe it was a day or a day and a half, I believe, of travel to get to this area that was a I believe described as like a series of towers that were kind of forcibly jammed together. We'll get to what happened to the occupants of that in a little bit. Don't gotta worry about that.
I bet Ratchet lives in there.
Oh, he probably has like a small house made of bones. While we were there, we came across this boar man. I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think we got his name.
Did we not get his name?
I
No.
Orphany.
don't believe we did.
I don't believe he gave it to you.
I did not.
Yeah.
I remember it was like much more prim and proper than we all thought. Which
I don't even think we know
just voices.
7 is 7 in character, do we?
No, I know. I asked, and he's like, "That's a good question," and then proceeded not to answer the question. Like a bastard, man. We were then instructed to. Oh yeah, after the boar man and 7 made a little bet on the side, and boar man also made sure to tell Gregor, "Hey, don't fuck this up."
Don't lose me my bet. Now my question is, who did 7 bet on?
I would bet Poye. I would think he would like look at Poye up and down. It's like, this guy has like the look of determination on him. He can do it. Speaking of which bet, we were assigned to climb up the series of towers, which we took a multitude of different approaches with a multiple different forms of success, as well as horrible failure. Sorry, Flora, Lucian, and Khan. They got mixed-screwed.
It's my headcanon that Lucian had actually a defective model. Like, that's my headcanon.
I mean, it did break on him twice, so...
Yeah,
It did.
It
It did try to fuck with it, but it did break on him twice. I believe there was one NPC that failed at the least. I think my brain is saying Martin.
Martin fell hard.
Martin
Right.
fell hard. Logain tapped out as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Logan made it...
After the mid tier, he was like, "Good enough for me."
The people that were darkened
Didn't
or
participate.
infected didn't participate at all.
Yeah, they were, like, still on light duty, or...
Yeah,
you
light
wanna put it?
activity. Erica made it up to the top of us. She
Through concerted
followed people that
efforts.
trailblazed.
And almost knocked herself unconscious in a door.
These things happen.
Carolyn made it to the top, Poe made it to the top.
After Poye did 6 stunts. Mind you,
He did
What?
pretty sick stunts though.
he did some pretty sick stunts. I think both Holbjorn and Gregor beat him in 6 stunts, like skill though. Because Jesus Christ, you guys, calm it down. You're at an 11. We need you at like a 10.
You boys want to live forever?
Whee!
Dies.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened in Starship Trooper.
It was great.
You boys like gravity?
Hey kid.
You boys like Mexico?
Also, at the beginning of the test, I believe it was Lucian and Clint both did a bit of a history check, and they kind of know the vague history of this place, which was, I believe, like a dwarven
It was
stronghold.
a dwarven hold. Yeah.
And it was mentioned that, like, oh yeah, all the towers were jammed together, kind of like unnaturally. And then I, out of game, I was like, hey, what happened to the dwarves inside? I then proceeded to discover what happened to the dwarves inside.
Yeah, Bradford looked in one of, like, the window slits and saw all bones in there.
The man was just trying
they
to
held
see
the
if he could fit a
post.
javelin in there. And then he discovered the horrors of man.
They manned their post
They
from
did.
now into eternity.
What's interesting about that is we found out all dwarves on the surface were, like, outcasts or exiles.
I think we
Yeah.
figured that out a while back.
For Ptolemy.
I think.
Right, he's just relating the two.
Yeah, fair.
Which I realized after I made the name, I was like, I probably made that name because it sounds like Katorlak.
Is
What's
that like a medicine thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's it related to?
That's probably exactly why I named it that. And I
Alright.
incepted myself yet again.
what does medicine do? Euthanization or something? What are we talking here?
Is it related to height?
No, it's a pain med.
Mm. Pain medication.
Not narc. No, it's not narcotic. Yeah. Inside, I believe it's an inside.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well-
Tortle. Yeah, Tortle.
After half of us made it to the top, we kind of just chilled up there for a bit, like looking at
view.
the stars and the landscape. Yeah,
Yeah.
realizing how high up we were.
And Julius, in a act of kindness, came up to the top and said, "All right, everybody, head back down at your own time."
What?
And then he dipped.
Yeah, when you're ready.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I suspect for most of you, it might be the first time you've ever seen stars.
I think that's pilot potential. Because I doubt you ever see them in the Dusklands unless you're on top of a friggin' mountain or massive towers like we were. And I imagine the City of Light, it's probably not
Let's see.
easy still.
Laughs in
No.
Velcourt.
Yep. Okay. So no. Oh, maybe Clint. That's true. That's a good point.
I wouldn't see it in Andorra.
Yeah, absolutely. But you didn't make it to the top, scrub.
Get fucked! Man, imagine not being
Oh,
able
no,
to see
I-
the beautiful view. Anyways.
Andorra has beautiful stars.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and Flora almost died. That's fun.
She lived on
she
2
she
HP.
did yeah fall hard.
The teachers did like a threat analysis in about 0.3 seconds, like, she'll live.
Speaks to how cool they are.
There's certain falls. It's like that's death.
Mhm.
Other falls, it's like probably not. We're gambling.
Other falls, it's like, it'll hurt, and they'll learn not to do it again. So,
But I think that's it. Unless y'all had anything else.
I believe so.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Bradford shared his good berries with Erica at the top.
Yes.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
like a nerd.
This is probably...
No.
Would probably also the
I was
moment
gonna
where you
drop-
realize, oh yeah, no, she took a hell of a hit on that door, actually. Do you concur? Yes, we concur.
Yeah, she is frail compared to the rest of y'all.
She's not much worse than me. So
Like on a scale of Erica to Briggy, she's Erica.
she's not Misled.
I feel Briggy, like, shouldn't qualify in a lot of these things, because her specialty is taking a goddamn hit.
She's an outlier statistic.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know what, actually, that's a good point.
I wouldn't use her on
Anyhow.
the scale.
So, over the next few days, you get back and resume training as normal. You see a few people have made their way in over time. Let's say probably over the next week or so, as you are continuing training, you see several people enter. And some of you are introduced, I suppose. Getting, a good lay of you. Several people, or is it just one? Who else? No, it's just one. One more person comes. I forgot the others were. This lady.
What
Green.
the shit? Green.
Her name is Greed.
She has a
She's
glove.
Irish.
Now her name is Emerald.
Quick, someone smoke her.
I'm... She exists for 0.2 seconds. And
Her
just
name is Mary
immediately-
All right, so she leaves.
No,
You lost your
so,
opportunity.
so
She
Uh,
walks in and she gets bullied by the entire cadet class, cries and leaves,
okay.
I was just like,
I'm
actually,
sorry.
you guys can
Get
just
in there,
die
kill
then.
them.
and then kills us all.
So I'm sorry. Where do we see?
Are we in
These
the
people-
barracks right now, or are we?
Just entering over time.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so-
this was
okay.
just like a passive observation.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay. So she's only the only new entry
Correct, yeah, because everyone else would be here. You do see
on Trunt.
another person around, but you've seen him before.
Donner.
Well,
7.
probably
The
see
guy
him.
7 was betting with.
No.
Oh,
Big
this
man.
lad.
This fucking guy.
Oh, the.
I think given that this is like what the third time, I mean, that I, the player, know of, that we've seen this guy. Halbern will try to learn who the fuck this person is that keeps coming.
So you see, you see these people just wandering around now.
I was wandering around. What?
Yeah, like an Oblivion NPC.
They ask you if you've heard of the High Elves.
Have you heard of the High Elf?
Yeah, she's right here.
She an elf?
She's so high, she's floating.
You
But
know.
look at
she's
those
an
buns.
elf.
You could hide ears in there.
Yeah, that's why she
I don't
has
think
that
it-
hairstyle.
But we're in the watch, man. We don't see elves here.
You could hide yours in there, but yeah, a full elf coming here. I don't know.
Hmm.
That'd be pretty suspect.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty far distance from a city. Well,
Oh, you mean like the elven instructor we have? That's sus? Oh, wow. That's wild.
Crazy.
So speaking of,
so by the way,
Good old Alphonse.